Say hi, Grandpa. Ooh! Say hi, Grandpa. You just gonna stare at me? Huh?
You unplug the heater?
Oh. This engine has been sitting semi underwater and it's pretty dirty. I want to clean it up before I put it inside of the car and start on the wiring. So I don't want to use the other valve cover because it has bongs in it for the catch can. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off of this engine right here. And a lot of people don't know about this engine, but it'll be on a future video of why I have it. I'm actually going to be taking a couple of parts off from here. Instead of using the since I have a stock B16 head on that engine, instead of using the stock manifold, I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off here. A lot of people don't know what manifold this is, but this is a old school Abe's manifold. It's like an OG manifold. I don't even think they make it anymore, but lucky me, it's polished already. I'm going to take the manifold and I'm going to use this valve cover right now just to pressure wash it down. So we just transferred the valve cover over. Next up, I'm gonna cover up these ports. After we cover these ports, I'm gonna get a bottle of degreaser, kind of just spray some on there, kind of brush it off a little bit. Then once I feel like I brushed enough, I'm gonna bring it outside. I'm gonna pressure wash it. I went ahead and utilized all this paper and plastic that I wasn't using, plugged it up. Some Purple Power degreaser, and got me a spray bottle. Got me my old toothbrush. I was overdue, so might as well just use it for something. I went ahead and set up the pressure washer. It's pretty simple pressure washer. This one's powered, so you know you plug it in, you hook up the hose to it, and all you do is turn it on. But whenever you guys do that, before turning it on, usually what I do is I'll squeeze this to make sure all the air, it's kind of like a brake line, you don't want any air in it. It's gonna hiccup and it's gonna shut off when you or just have a hiccup. You don't want any hiccups in it.
Everything reminds me of you, but everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, among all those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you. So come along and take my hand.
It's a lot cleaner than it did. I'm gonna go ahead and do the transmission. Then once I do the transmission, I'm gonna clean it up kind of all around, let it dry.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Just finished her. Not the cleanest, but looked a lot better than it did before. I think the previous person had tried to paint over it, so I'm gonna see how to get out the paint and clean it up, because I would like for it to match the engine, just kind of a raw material look. I think it looks a lot better. After degreasing the transmission, I've seen that there was still paint from the previous person, and I tried sanding it, and it's what it's doing is scuffing it up to where it's shiny. I don't want to get to that point where it's I'm pretty much polishing it. What's to work for me is I have this copper kind of a wire brush on my drill, and it's been cleaning it off without doing any type of damage. You can kind of see the difference there. I'll wipe it down. This valve cover looks horrible. So, you know what I think I'm going to do? I don't really care about this valve cover too much, so we're gonna go ahead and clean it up. It's kind of prepped up already, so I'm just gonna spray over it. And we are going to spray over it with, where are you at? Oh, right here. I think should be enough. So all this paint in here, I'm trying to use the rest of it. And my buddy with the LSS 2000 left this behind. I'm going to use it. I'm gonna spray over it. After I spray over it, let it dry. Well, I'm gonna kind of clean all this off. Make sure there's nothing going inside of here. Tape it up. I'm gonna spray over it. I'm going to grind this off. That way it looks original, but with this paint. Up to 550. Yeah, so I went ahead and found me another hidden gem. This is a spark plug cover. Yeah, it looks pretty rough, so I just hit it with some sandpaper, prepped it up a little bit, and I'm going to be spraying that with this that I found in the cabinet. It's a little silver. Try to make it look original, I guess, but with whatever it is that I have inside the cabinet. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it, let it dry, and then let's see how it comes out. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then spray another coat on it. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this. I ended up using the rest of this red bottle. I just pretty much, there was a little bit left. I just went ham with it, went to town. Gave it a thick layer, which is fine. I don't really care. And the silver, there's still some left. I could probably use this for other stuff too, so I don't have to use the whole can on this little piece. While I'm letting the valve cover and the spark plug cover cure, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a manifold. Pretty sure everybody knows how to put on a manifold. Yeah, it looks pretty fresh. Just finished up. I went ahead and just grinded this down. It's not the best, but looks a whole lot better than it did. So I ended up taking the manifold off of here because I want to use this Abe's manifold, and I changed this throttle body. I had an extra JG throttle body sitting around, so I went ahead and attached it also. And for the turbo lines, I'm gonna plug it up. That way I could just run it all motor. I think I have a cap somewhere for this one. I'm gonna just cap this one off also. So now that we are at this point, I think I'm done with the refreshing part. Got the manifold on. Got this harness out. I'm about to get ready to start wiring it up soon, so I think I might go ahead and attach the transmission, have it sitting on the floor, then I'll wire it up while I was on the floor. Once the wiring harness on the engine is ready, then I'm gonna go ahead and just drop it inside of the car and just have it sit and work on everything else. Check out this beauty. Yeah, so I did a lot off camera already. Pretty much the engine is ready to take the transmission. I just finished torquing the clutch. This is like cutting the ribbon right here. Heard that pop? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, it has a Clutch Masters twin disc, and the transmission that's going on here is basically a LS, stock LS gearing, but it has carbon synchros and in-factory LSD in it. I think once I break in the motor, I'm gonna just run it all motor for now. I already capped off this line right here. This was supposed to be the feed, so I capped that off. I needed to get another cap for this. I'm gonna run it all motor. Once it's broken in, I think I might take it to the track just to see what it does. Once I feel like it's running correctly, go ahead and add the sauce to it. And y'all know what the sauce is. But for now, I'm just taking some baby steps. No tap, no problem. Went ahead, just cut some slice in here so to give it some room for it to for all the shavings to come out. So yeah, I'm gonna try to clean out these transmission bolts because it seems to be going in kind of rough and I don't have a tap. So just a little life hack, guys. You ain't got a tap, go ahead and try this out. Pretty much all together. I put on all the accessories. I'm gonna clean up this mount before I completely tighten it up. Starters on, VTEC solenoid. I sealed all this off, put on the housing, and yeah, the next step will be the wiring. So probably be on the next video. See you guys.